What if I told you the difference between a 98% student and a 68% student is not intelligence, not luck, and not even hard work, but 5 small habits. Habits that anyone can copy. Habits that quietly separate the top 1% of students from everyone else. And if you don't learn them, you don't fail loudly, you just become average. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down these 5 habits. No motivation talk, no vague advice. These are systems that change grades, confidence, and future opportunities. Stay until the end, because I'll also share a tiny daily ritual the top 1% use that takes less than 20 seconds but multiplies everything you're about to hear. Let's start with a hard truth. Most students don't lose because they're lazy. They lose because they study without direction. The top 1% never study randomly. They reverse engineer success. Instead of saying, I'll study chapter 5 today, they ask a better question. What exactly must I be able to do on exam day? They break exams down into skills, not chapters. Specific problem types. Specific question formats. Specific outcomes. Then they convert those into micro goals. Small, measurable targets that can be completed in 20 to 40 minutes. Why does this matter? Because vague goals create fake progress. You feel busy, but nothing compounds. Micro goals do something dangerous. They give you proof. Proof that you're moving forward. And when your brain sees progress, motivation follows automatically. Think of it like a GPS for studying. Without it, you're just wandering around the syllabus hoping to bump into an A. But here's the catch. Knowing what to study isn't enough. Because if you study the wrong way, you'll forget it when it matters most. That's where habit number 2 comes in. The top 1% don't reread notes. They don't highlight textbooks like it's art class. They force their brain to remember. This is called active recall. Instead of looking at information, they close the book and pull the answer out of their head. It feels uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing, and that's exactly why it works. Every time you struggle to recall something, your brain strengthens that memory. Rereading feels productive, but it creates an illusion of learning. Active recall is painful now, but powerful later. They pair this with spaced repetition, reviewing information after 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, and 14 days. This combination breaks the forgetting curve. Here's the scary part. Most students feel confident while studying and confused during exams. Top students feel confused while studying and confident during exams. If learning doesn't feel slightly uncomfortable, it's probably not working. But even the best methods fail if your attention is broken. That leads us to habit number 3. The top 1% protect focus like it's currency. They don't multitask. They don't study with notifications buzzing every 2 minutes. They use focused time blocks, 40 to 90 minutes of deep, uninterrupted work. No phone. No switching tabs. No. Just checking one message. Every notification silently steals minutes from your brain. Those minutes turn into hours, and those hours show up as lost marks. Top students don't count hours studied. They measure output. What did I actually produce in this block? What problems did I solve? What concepts did I master? They also use rituals to trigger focus. Same playlist, same desk, same timer. Your brain learns to enter deep work faster when the signals are consistent. And quick reality check. If you spend more time choosing music than studying, you're not studying, you're DJing. Now, focus helps you practice. But practice without correction is dangerous. Which brings us to habit number 4. The top 1% are obsessed with feedback. They don't wait weeks to find out if they were wrong. They test themselves early and often. Practice tests, timed questions, explaining concepts out loud. Then they do something most students avoid. They study their mistakes immediately. Mistakes are not failures to them. They're data. Because here's the truth. Errors you don't correct become habits. And habits are hard to break under exam pressure. Top students isolate weak areas and attack them directly. Not tomorrow, not next week. The same day. If you can't explain a concept simply, you don't understand it yet. That's not an insult, it's a checkpoint. By now, you might be thinking, okay, I have goals, memory systems, focus, and feedback. So what ties all of this together? That's habit number 5, and it's the multiplier. The top 1% practice meta-learning. They reflect on how they learn. After every study session, they spend a few minutes answering 3 questions. What did I learn? What confused me? What will I change next time? This isn't journaling. It's optimization. Reflection turns experience into insight. It prevents repeating the same mistakes. It helps systems evolve. Most students repeat ineffective methods for years. Top students adjust weekly. They don't say, I studied hard. They say, this method worked, that one didn't. Here's my tweak. And when you do this consistently, learning accelerates. Now let's connect everything. Reverse engineered goals give direction. Active recall builds memory. Focused time blocks create quality. Feedback corrects errors. Reflection multiplies results. This is not motivation. This is a system. And now, the bonus I promised. The top 1% use a 20-second morning trigger. Every morning, they write or say one sentence. Today, I will master this. Then they take one deep breath. That's it. This tiny ritual sets intention, reduces decision fatigue, and aligns the day before distractions take over. If you don't choose your focus, the world chooses it for you. And the world usually chooses distraction. Here's the final challenge. Don't try to apply all 5 habits at once. That's how people quit. Pick one. Just one. Pause this video if you need to. Write today's micro goal and start small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary results. If you want a structured 2-week study system built around these habits, check the pinned comment. And tell me in the comments, which habit are you starting tomorrow? Because the difference between average and elite isn't talent. It's what you practice and how consistently you do it.